What's up, everybody? It's time for Kush's Curiosities. Once again, this was kind of gross, not gonna lie, but hey, it's a human function. It's something we all do. And I've been curious about hygiene lately for whatever reason. I did a video on how we took care of our teeth before modern dentistry. And now I'm just curious. You probably had this thought yourself. How in the world did people wipe before toilet paper? And it was depending on where you lived and your class. It's very dependent on class. The rich, wherever you were, got things like linens, used cloths, things like that. But if you were not rich, you had to make do with whatever's in your environment or whatever you could make. But the ancient Romans had a tradition that, for the time, it might have sounded smart, but it honestly what we know now about germs and bacteria, it sounds horrific. And now that I've learned about it, you got to learn about it too. Okay. There's a thing called tersorium or xylospongium. It's a natural sponge. If you were hoping for a sophisticated Roman invention, I have some news for you. It might be a bit abrasive. A tersorium, also known as xylospongium, was essentially the Roman precursor to toilet paper. It consisted of a simple sea sponge fixed to the end of a wooden stick. How it was used. In Roman public latrines, which is like just like a public bathroom, which were communal stone benches with holes, there wasn't much privacy and certainly no Charmin. The process, after doing their business, a person would reach for the tersorium, the cleaning station. Between uses, the sponge sat in a bucket of salt water or strong vinegar to sanitize. You see sanitize in quotes, because that couldn't have done enough. Communal living. Yes, they were shared. Wow. They would use it, rinse it in a bucket, and leave it to the next person. Wow. The dangers of the tersorium. While it was an effective tool for the time, it wasn't exactly hygienic by modern standards. Bacteria. The vinegar and salt water didn't kill everything. These sponges were notorious for spreading intestinal parasites and bacteria like E. coli throughout the population. The wrong end of the stick. There's a popular theory that the common idiom getting the wrong end of the stick, meaning to get the worst part of the deal, actually originates from the risk of grabbing the wrong end of a messy tersorium in a dark latrine. That's very disturbing. A notable historical incident, and we'll wrap up. A philosopher, Seneca, famously recorded a story of a Germanic gladiator who committed Sudoku using a tersorium rather than face the brutality of the arena. It's a grim reminder that while the Romans were masters of engineering and aqueducts, their daily comforts were often quite rugged. And that's pretty rough. But like I said, if I got to learn it, you got to learn it too. See ya.